Please, just 1 minute. That's all I ask of you. I need to speak with you. There is something you carry in your heart, something you haven't shared with anyone, but I know it. You didn't arrive here by accident. I brought you here because today I have a word that can change your path, calm your soul, and open your eyes. Just listen to me, a minute will be enough. I, your Heavenly Father, was there every time the world repaid your love with ingratitude. I saw how you offered kindness and received rejection. I saw your efforts to do good, even when it seemed like it was never enough for others. I saw you lying awake at night, wondering if what you were doing mattered, if I saw it, if anyone cared at all. Listen closely now. Each of those moments was seen by me. Every tear you shed was caught in my hands. Not a single one was lost. Every time you chose love over bitterness, every time you forgave when it was easier to hold a grudge, every time you kept believing even when everything felt dark, it did not go unnoticed by me. I've seen you walk through dark valleys, carrying pain that few understand. I saw you when your knees trembled, when you thought you couldn't go on, yet you took one more step. Do you know who held your life together when you felt like falling apart? It was me. My hand never left you. Even when you did feel me, even when you thought I was far away, I was closer to you than your own breath. Every silent prayer, every sigh of your heart, every secret cry, all of it reached me. Nothing was lost. My beloved, I want you to hear me clearly now. Your efforts were not in vain. Your love was not in vain. Your waiting was not in vain. Everything you have done with a sincere heart has been kept by me as a precious treasure. In heaven, nothing done out of love goes unrewarded. As it is written in Hebrews, for God is not unjust to forget your work and the labor of love you have shown toward his name, having served the saints and continuing to serve them. I am not like people who quickly forget, who fail to value, or who dismiss your worth. I cherish what you do because I see the heart, and I know the deepest intentions. My daughter, I know how many times your heart was broken, and yet you chose to rise and keep going. I know how many times you wanted to give up, but chose to hold on to faith. I know how many times your spirit was wounded by harsh words, by scornful looks, by painful rejection, and still, you chose to love. Don't think those sacrifices were small or unnoticed. On the contrary, to me, they are great. They are precious fragrances that rise before my throne. I am shaping in you a steadfast character, a faith that has been tested, a hope that cannot be broken. That's why today I say to you, stay here. Do not ignore this call. Do not postpone it. Do not say tomorrow, Lord, tomorrow I will listen. No, this is the moment. Today is the day of your encounter with me. Do not close your heart. Do not turn away your ear, because I am speaking to you now. I plead with you through the purest love, with the eternal love I have for you. As I said in Jeremiah, I have loved you with an everlasting love. Therefore, I have drawn you with loving kindness. You cannot imagine how much I long for this moment with you. How much I yearn for you to give me just 1 minute, 1 instant to hear my voice. You've been running so much, so busy, so burdened with your worries that you've barely let me in. But now, please stay. Listen, pause your steps for just a moment, because I want to pour over you words of life, of healing, of renewal. I want to remind you who you are to me. I want to remind you that you are my beloved son, my precious daughter, and in my eyes, you have immeasurable worth. Do not let the enemy deceive you with his lies. Do not allow the voices of the world to define your identity. You are mine, and nothing and no one can snatch you from my hand. As it says in Isaiah, do not fear, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by name. You are mine. Listen to my voice. This moment is crucial. I don't want you to ignore it because it could be your last opportunity. I do not speak to frighten you, but to awaken you. I am knocking at the door of your heart, waiting for you to open it, because I want to come in and have fellowship with you. As it says in Revelation, behold, I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and opens the door, I will come in and dine with him, and he with me. Stay with me. Listen to what I have to say. It is time to awaken. It is time to return. It is time to surrender your heart fully to me. I am here, waiting for you with open arms. Listen closely, because I don't want you to miss a single word of what I am about to tell you. Today, I speak to you not only as your Creator but as your loving Father, the one who has walked with you every step of the way, even when you didn't realize it. I know there have been times when you felt alone, when you walked through darkness thinking no one was there to hold you. I know there were moments when you looked up to the sky and asked, "Where are you, Lord? Why are you allowing this to happen to me? Why don't you intervene right now?" And I want you to know that every one of those questions reached me. Every painful thought, every silent cry, every hidden tear. I allowed certain things to happen, not to harm you, not to break you, but to strengthen you so that you could know me more deeply, so that you could understand my heart beyond just words. Through every trial, through every loss, through every challenge, I have been shaping something precious within you, something you can't fully see yet. A beautiful heart. Yes, what a beautiful heart you have developed through all of this. A humble heart that doesn't exalt itself, that knows how to depend on me and recognize its need for grace. A tender heart that does not grow hard or cold from life's wounds, but learns to love more deeply, to show compassion to others, and to weep with those who weep. You have also developed a strong heart, forged in the fire of adversity, because every blow, every disappointment, every obstacle that once seemed impossible didn't break you, it made you more resilient. Now you are able to rise when you fall. You can look forward even when everything seems lost. You are able to keep trusting even when you have no answers. And I want you to hear this clearly, even when you question me, even when your thoughts were filled with doubt, even when you wondered if I had forgotten you, I never turned my face away from you. I never left your side. My love for you is not fragile or changeable like the love of this world. My love does not depend on your performance. It doesn't fade when you fail, and it doesn't weaken when you make mistakes. I am your Father, and my love is firm, eternal, and unshakable. I have engraved you on the palms of my hands. You are my beloved. Nothing you do can stop me from loving you, not your mistakes, not your failures, not your weaknesses. I have been with you in those moments when you felt overlooked, when your faithfulness seemed invisible to those around you. When your sacrifice went unnoticed by the world, I was there, watching every detail, treasuring every act of kindness, every sincere gesture of love. I want you to know, my beloved, that I have been preparing a table for you in the presence of your enemies. Not only will you see my goodness, but those who once looked down on you will see how deeply I love you, how powerfully I support you, how greatly I honor you. Blessings will come to you, blessings that won't be small but will overflow and overflow because of your unshakable trust in me. You have sown with tears. Yes, I saw it. I saw you give even when you had little. I saw you love even when it hurt. I saw you forgive while the wound was still open. I saw you wait in silence while others told you to give up. I saw it all, and now I tell you, you will reap with joy. I want you to understand how valuable you are to me. You are not an accident, not a mistake, not just another number among millions. You are unique. You are special. You are my treasure. I formed you with my own hands. I gave you life. I have watched over you from the very first moment. Everything you've lived through has been part of a greater plan, a plan far beyond what you can imagine. Even if you don't understand it now, the day will come when you will look back and see how every piece fit perfectly, how every difficult moment shaped you into who you are today. I don't want you to keep living in fear. I don't want you to think you're alone or that you have to carry all the weight by yourself. I am with you. I have always been with you, and I always will be. My faithfulness does not depend on your strength. My love does not depend on your perfection. I love you because you are mine, because I chose you, because I adopted you as my son, as my daughter, because I delight in you. So, my beloved, stay with me. Don't rush back to the noise of the world. Don't run away from this moment. Remain here with me. Listen to my voice. Receive my love. Let it strengthen you, comfort you, and restore you. You don't need to hide anymore. You don't need to fight alone. You don't need to prove anything to me. I already love you completely. I am already proud of you. I have already prepared an inheritance for you, a reward, a crown of glory that no one can take from you. Today I call you to rest in me, to surrender in my arms, to trust fully. No matter what comes tomorrow, no matter how great the challenge may be, I will be there with you always. My plan for you is perfect. My love for you is eternal, and my hand will never let you go. I have been with you in every step, in every season of your life, in the sunniest days and in the darkest nights. When your heart was filled with joy, I was there, smiling with you, pouring out blessings, many of which you didn't even notice. And when pain settled deep in your chest and the tears wouldn't stop, I was there too, collecting every drop, comforting your spirit, even when you thought you were completely alone. My love has surrounded you from the very beginning, and although you didn't always feel it, I never, ever stopped holding you. I know there were times when your mind was filled with questions you didn't dare say out loud. Why, Lord? Why me? Why this hard path? Why don't you answer when I cry out? I know you sometimes felt like every door was closing, that your efforts were in vain, that your dreams were buried under mountains of disappointment. But I want you to understand something deep. Every process, every struggle, every challenge had a purpose. They weren't punishments. They weren't signs of abandonment. I allowed certain things not to hurt you, but to grow a strength within you that you didn't even know existed. What a beautiful character hath been born from all of this. What nobility, what depth, what beauty has formed inside you through the fire of trials. It wasn't outward success or the applause of others that made you grow. It was the lonely nights when you chose not to give up. The days of silence when you still chose to trust, even without answers. The moments when you stood firm, even as everything around you seemed to be falling apart. That strength, that resilience, that humility, that love growing within you, they are living proof of my work in you. Even when doubts rose in your heart, even when you wrestled with me, when you thought maybe I had forgotten your dreams, I never turn my face away. My love is not offended by your questions. It doesn't tire of your weaknesses. It doesn't retreat when you feel exhausted. My love remains firm and constant, surrounding you, covering you, renewing you. It is not bound by conditions. It does not depend on how perfect you are. It is not measured by your achievements. I love you because I chose to love you before you were even born, and nothing and no one can change that. Much of what you've lived has been invisible to human eyes. The people around you may not have noticed. They may not have understood the silent effort, the selfless giving, the inner battles you fought alone. But I saw it all, every small act of love, every word of encouragement, every hidden sacrifice, every moment you chose to do good when no one was watching, every time you chose forgiveness when resentment would have been easier. I have kept all of it as a treasure. I've been preparing a table for you, not just any table, but one filled with honor, a table that will be set even in front of those who once looked down on you, a table overflowing with abundant blessings, far beyond what you can imagine. These blessings will come not by chance or luck, but because of the unwavering trust you've held on to, even when everything around you told you to give up. The tears you sowed were not in vain, they were not wasted. From them, a great harvest will spring forth, a renewed joy, a fullness that will fill every empty space in your soul. It's time to understand that you were never unprotected. There were many battles I fought for you without your knowledge, many dangers I kept you from without you realizing it. Many small blessings I poured out day by day, just to remind you how much I love you. Everything you have lived has been part of a greater design, one meant to lead you to true fulfillment, not the kind the world offers, but the kind that can only come from walking closely with me. Today, I'm not asking you to understand everything, nor to have all the answers. I don't want you to keep carrying alone what only I can bear. You've tried to be strong for so long. You've tried to solve it all on your own. You've tried to hold together what was never yours to hold, but you were never meant to carry that weight. I've only been waiting for you to lay those burdens at my feet, to surrender in the depths of your heart. Not because you've lost, but because in surrender, you give me room to work, to restore, to renew. There are areas in your life I want to heal. There are old wounds that need my touch. There are memories that still bind you, invisible chains that continue to limit your steps. But I'm not calling you to hide them or bury them deeper. I'm inviting you to bring them to me, to place them in my hands, because I am the only one who can turn pain into glory, brokenness into beauty, ashes into a crown. Everything you give to me will be redeemed. Everything you place in my hands will be transformed. This is a sacred moment, a time to pause, to take a deep breath, and to open your heart. This is a moment between you and me, where outside voices do not matter, where fear and doubt have no place. Here, I want you to know that you are still deeply loved, that I am not finished with you, and that what's coming is not loss or abandonment, but renewal, restoration, and life. My faithfulness remains, and my love never fails. Here I am, always waiting for you. From the beginning, it was I who designed your path in detail, long before your days ever took shape. Everything that exists within you has been carefully woven with purpose, not by chance, not by accident. Every gift, every talent, every passion burning inside you was placed there by my hands, not to remain hidden or wasted, but to blossom and bear fruit in its perfect time. Everything in you has meaning within a greater plan that, even if you don't yet understand it, is good, perfect, and filled with eternal purpose. I have watched you grow and change, shaped by the seasons of life. And even when you feel like your progress is slow or that you've taken steps backward, I want you to know that every movement, even the stumbling ones, is part of a deeper process. I don't measure your life by visible success or instant results. I look at the quiet process, the hidden effort, the seed growing beneath the soil where no one can see. That's where I do my greatest work, in the secret, in the depths, in the unseen. I know there are longings buried deep within your soul, desires that sometimes ache because the years pass and they seem unfulfilled. But listen closely. There is no noble longing I overlook, no pure desire I despise. I know your heart better than you do, and I also know the perfect timing for every promise. Waiting is not loss. It's not punishment, it's preparation. While you wait, I am strengthening your faith, aligning circumstances, and preparing the ground so that when the fulfillment comes, you can receive it with a mature and grateful heart, not one rushed by impatience. Remember, I see what others don't. I see your thoughts, your secret dreams, your internal struggles, your hidden victories. I see when you choose silence out of love, when you give expecting nothing in return, when you hold your tongue so you won't hurt, when you work tirelessly for others even if no one sees or acknowledges it. None of that is ever lost. Every detail echoes into eternity. Every small act matters in heaven, even if it goes unnoticed on earth. And I also want you to remember, you are not called to compare yourself. Comparisons only steal joy and extinguish the fire I placed inside you. You were not created to run someone else's race. You were not designed to live under the expectations of those around you. I formed you to be unique, distinct, with a singular purpose that no one else can fulfill. There are things I've placed exclusively in your hands, responsibilities and opportunities that only you can carry out, because I created you for them. In certain areas of your life, fear has tried to take control, insecurities have built walls, and external voices have attempted to limit you. But I want you to know that within you lies far more than you've discovered. There is a strength you haven't fully explored, a creativity waiting to be unleashed, and dreams longing to be embraced once again. You are not bound by circumstances or past mistakes. Every day with you is a fresh opportunity, a new beginning, a step forward into the purpose I've designed just for you. Though the past has left marks, those marks do not define you. Though failures left scars, those scars do not determine your destiny. The past holds no power to cancel what I have planned for your life. Your mistakes do not have the final word. It doesn't matter how many times you stumbled, what matters is that I'm still here, reaching out my hand, lifting you up, encouraging you to keep moving forward. My desire is not for you to remain looking back and regret over what's been lost, but to lift your eyes and look ahead, because there is still so much to live, so much to discover, so much to conquer. I want you to dare to believe again, to dream again, to raise your head with hope. This is not the end of your story, it's only another page in the book I'm still writing. Beautiful chapters are coming, chapters you haven't even imagined, moments full of grace, surprise, and renewed joy. What you now see as a desert, you will soon see in bloom. What feels like a burden now will soon become a testimony. Every step you take forward, every time you choose not to give up, every moment you decide to trust even when you cannot see, is a seed you're planting in fertile ground, and that seed will yield abundant fruit in its season. I don't want you to live trapped by the anxiety of tomorrow or the nostalgia of yesterday. The most valuable moment you have is now. Here, in this very instant, I am with you, walking beside you, guiding you with wise and loving hands. I am here, holding you even when you can't feel it, even when your heart is full of doubt. My presence surrounds you, my peace covers you, and my love sustains you. There is no barrier that can separate you from what I have prepared for you. Today is a day to move forward, to take a deep breath and rise again, not in your own strength, but with the assurance that I am working in you and through you. Every area of your life matters to me. Every detail is under my care. Nothing is too small. Nothing is insignificant. You are precious to me, valuable, loved, and upheld. I will continue to work in you step by step, day by day, until the work is complete. There are deep parts of your life that have remained asleep, buried beneath layers of routine, disappointment, and fatigue. Today I want to speak to those places you stopped looking at because they hurt too much, because you believed they weren't worth touching again, because you convinced your heart it was better to leave certain dreams behind. But I have never stopped seeing them. I have never abandoned the corners of your soul that feel desolate. Inside you are gifts and talents that haven't fully awakened, not because they lack worth, but because you've walked a path where patience and maturity needed to grow first. I know there have been times when you felt like you wasted time, that you lost years, that opportunities slipped through your fingers. I know you've looked back and thought your story couldn't be rewritten, that some chapters were left incomplete, pages stained by mistakes. But listen closely. No time is lost when I am at work. No failure is final when my hand is upon your life. No page of your story lies beyond my redemption. There is a deep work I'm still doing inside you, even when you don't see it, even when you think everything is stuck. Nothing in you is ruined. Nothing in you is a waste. Every part of your story, even the most broken or hidden ones, can become part of the glorious tapestry I am still weaving for good. Much of what has burdened you comes from expectations that were never yours to carry, from weights others placed on your shoulders, from unfair comparisons, from voices that told you you'd never be enough, that you wouldn't make it, that you didn't deserve what you longed for. I want you to know those voices are not from me. I don't compare you. I don't reject you. I don't demand that you prove your worth. To me, you already have worth. You are loved without conditions, without needing to earn it. In the midst of the battles you faced, I've been cultivating in you a love that goes beyond selfishness, a willingness to serve without applause, a perseverance that keeps going even without instant reward. I have been carving patience into your character, patience that knows how to wait, humility that doesn't need to dominate, wisdom that is born from both tears and stillness. New seasons are ahead, seasons that won't look like the ones before. I will lead you down paths where you will see fulfillments that once seemed impossible. But it won't be by your own strength that you get there. It will be because I open the doors myself. They won't be the doors you imagined or the roads you would have chosen, but they will be better, deeper, and filled with eternal purpose. And when you look back, you will realize that every delay, every obstacle, every apparent loss had its place in the greater design.